tend to snatch, 140 clean jerk, 170, and at the front squat, and that's it. So yesterday I had some struggles at 110. A lot of it was just from not being recovered from the heavy pulls I did on Wednesday, which were a lot heavier than what was originally planned, and it wasn't. I guess there's never a legitimate reason just to go hog wild with weights for no reason. But it was to deal with some stress, I suppose, is the easiest way to explain it, which there's not really much point to getting into. But sometimes you need to have those days, and for me, deadlifts are usually really nice to have, or pulls in general are nice to have when you're having that stress, because for me, it's where I can exert myself the hardest and any sort of emotional state that I'm in or any way that I'm feeling. So it's a nice luxury to have. Although they did fatigue me, so hopefully I can do. Basically, this was supposed to be yesterday's session that I'm doing today, and I'm gonna go super heavy tomorrow. So I'm gonna hopefully lift well today. Oh. Spend some time moving the bar. I did some mobility this morning and some yard work, so actually got some nice movement in. And I didn't have work today, so I'm not fighting against 8 to 10,000 steps of fatigue. Oh. Go ahead, throw some shoes on. Not a nice workout yet. Just warming up. We'll do the same thing. A couple overhead squats with my shoes on. Not going to train into flip flops. Glasses bag off. Do some of the same thing. I do feel a lot better than I did yesterday. Yesterday I wasn't really sore. It's hard to explain unless you're someone that does like heavy deadlifts occasionally. It was just feeling slow and like the impulse wasn't there. So I wasn't even necessarily moving slow or feeling slow if I was like super fatigued from a muscle standpoint, but I just didn't have that impulse, I guess is the easiest way to describe it. That little oomph. Like I feel like yesterday I could have done squats or pulls or presses fine. Didn't have that little extra bit for snatches. And I didn't even try to do any cleans or anything. One of the nice indicators of how recovered you are is how quickly you can warm up and just kind of like how hesitant you are to go into different positions, especially in weightlifting movements. And like there, you know, say the relative normal amount of hesitation is not like I was like worried that something was going to hurt or whatever, but felt, good throughout the motion. Nothing super achy. just the normal amount of pain. Just the normal amount of ouchiness, which honestly is not even too bad today. So I'll throw the wrist wrap on and do a couple more reps with full snatches with the bar. I guess part of the that impulse, yeah, I'm from America, but part of that kind of impulse that I was lacking yesterday is partially motivation as well. And you can't really fake wanting to be aggressive. Sometimes it doesn't happen after heavy pulls, and sometimes it does just enough. But I have much better feeling about today. Just half the battle anyway. Is really half the battle. Not really very sore either, which is nice. Extra day, essentially. I didn't fight too hard at the weights yesterday. Did a little bit, but you kind of know what you got on a particular day. Sometimes it's worth it just to cut it off. I'll do the knee wraps. Honestly, I feel pretty ready for 50, so I just go right to 50 kilos. Knee wraps don't do much for snatches. I don't put them on very tight, but that compression just feels nice for all the lifts. Definitely feels like a good day today. do a couple more. Throw some chalk on. Sorry, getting the chalkboard in my hands. I have very naturally moist hands, so always have to be applying lots of chalk. So I feel like on days like yesterday, sometimes I try to rush through the session. I feel bad. Today it's like I feel like I'm just taking my time but I'm ready to go. So some thumb tape bone. Let's do 50, 70, 90, 100, 110. See if we have a perfect session. Muy bien. So we'll get the 70. So keep moving and grooving if I feel good. Very good. No hesitation. A lot of confidence. Everything felt in the correct position. Besides that, just nothing hurts or anything, which is always good. So go up to 90 now. Feeling good. So do the same thing with 90. No hesitation. Just go at it and catch it well. Same thing. A little bit out in front. Just gotta wait a little bit longer, but the speed felt good. Look at it on video. Make sure it didn't look too bad. Yeah, it's a little bit early. But we go to 100. And just make sure we just get it back into my hips more and finish a little bit better. But it's good commitment. Didn't hesitate or anything before doing it or contemplate it too much, so that is good. And after this one, we'll redo the thumb tape. Or actually, no, that's good right now. Sometimes my thumb tape slips. What's up? All right, let's go ahead and hit this. 100. As long as we put it, feed it back, we'll be good. Same thing as 90, just finish a little bit more. Felt good. Thumb tape was definitely slipping a little bit, so. We will remove that. That's usually about where it starts to slip. Which I've done it enough times now where it's a routine. I just take it off once I get heavy and raw dog the rest. A little bit of pain in my hand and the callus. Shouldn't impact anything, but 100 felt really good too. So we just gotta do the same thing with 110. Same commitment, same finish, and we'll be good to go. All right. There we go. All we needed today. Caught it well. Confidently did it. Probably could have kept it a little bit closer past my knee, but that's just being nitpicky. All right, so that was good. So now we go down to 70, do some clean jerks. We'll do 70, 100, 120, 140. Same kind of thing. Keep the routine, confidence, and the commitment, and just move through them. But if snatches move that well, clean jerks almost always coincide with feeling good too. So, very happy about that lift, especially after how I felt yesterday. But to wrap this one up, I was really good. I didn't spend a lot of time. So I did a good amount of mobility work today. So I did the mobility work in the morning, yard work. Then I did some more just a little bit ago before coming out here. So I have to remember that helps me feel better. I'm pretty mobile anyway, but just doing that mobility work is just always important. And I think that's actually another thing yesterday is I didn't feel like doing mobility work. And I was just kind of like fatigued from that previous day. And I should have just not even tried to lift. I should have just recognized that amount that I was hesitating, waiting, and thinking before even coming out to lift is my body saying it just ain't there today. Or just go really light. Easier said than done. Strangely, these last 2 days, I've been having a weird calf cramping feeling, which is on my front leg of my jerk. So it's not like I'm worried about my Achilles or anything random like that happening. With more so on my back foot, I'd be concerned of that if it was a tight calf. But I don't feel anything now, and it wasn't like a hydration thing or it wasn't like a nutritional or a hydration thing because I'd been drinking water plenty of food and everything, so it was kind of weird. Yeah, I'm actually from the Balkans. I just look like I'm from China. I'm from the Eastern Balkan hills. Get more of the shum tape on. Main goal with the clean jerks is for all the jerks to feel really good and to be timed in a good rhythm. We'll do 70 and then throw in the wraps and do 100. I'm not very worried about cleans. I never am. Trying to make sure, do the same thing on all the jerks. Easy peasy. As 70 should. Really just want to go right to 120, but clean jerks last week felt really good, and I took that extra jump. I think it's probably smarter to do that anyway. No belts. Yep. One of the down the line goals of today is to feel good enough on the lifts to be like, all right, I could have done more. I'm not necessarily going to feel that, but I don't want it to feel maximal. I don't want to feel like I had to put everything in my spirit to do, 140 clean jerk or 110 with a snatch. I want to have to focus up and then just execute it. And that's what I did with snatch, so I did the same thing with clean jerks. Very good. Yeah, it's like a medium Friday. So I just did 110 in the snatch, and we'll do 140 in the clean jerk. It was a session I was hoping to do yesterday, but I was destroyed from pulls and struggled at 110 a couple of times, but I was just so fatigued. And unfortunately, on Wednesday, I was morally obligated to pull heavy because I was sad. And it's always the best lift to do when you feel sad for me, because I can exert myself hard with it. But we'll do it all beltless today. Yeah, that's the plan. I would like to. So next week's weird because field day's on Friday, so I might not do the last heavy session on that Saturday. I might take a full day off on Saturday and then do it on that next Sunday, like the final session of the 8 weeks, because there's not like a specific competition date. I'll have to see how I'm feeling after Friday. It should hopefully not entirely destroy me, but also be kind of like the perfect day, because I'll be obviously moving around a lot and sweating a lot, but also it will be good to not be thinking about the heavy session next week. So tomorrow could be the heaviest day of the block, and then if like I lift really well tomorrow, I might just not worry about next week. Um, but I might just, do 2 heavy weeks, maximal weeks in a row. But if I get anything above 125, or if I get to 125 cleanly, and anything above it would be a bonus, and then getting anything above like 155 in the clean and jerk would be good as well. So last week I was real close on 155. I made 125 the first time. It had a pretty good session overall. So I'm hoping that momentum goes into this week positively. We're gonna actually do these without a belt, which 120 isn't a big deal to do without a belt. Clean jerks in general aren't. When they're maximal, it definitely helps, but I guess even with light ones they help, but I actually don't know what my best belt in this clean jerk is. I don't really track that sort of thing. We'll do 140 after this, and then a 170 front squat. And then eat. Everything felt good. Sometimes I keep catching jerks, and it's like in a weird fold of my hand. I don't know how to describe it. Still made the jerk fine. Usually it's my left hand. That was my right hand, but it's a hard mental part of the lift where it's just like, it's just gonna go. I'm not pressing with my hand, so it should just go. But sometimes it makes me want to like do an extra readjustment, but learn that I don't really need it. My turnover feels really good today. I don't feel like extraordinarily fast or quick under the bar, but my elbow turnover feels really nice. So we'll do the same thing here with 40. And then front squat. Front squat. There we go. Front squat. We'll redo the reps too, since this is going to be the top sit. Yeah, a perfect day tomorrow would be to do 130, 160. I'd be really happy with that after an 8-week training block. I've hit 125 a couple times in this block, 155 at least once. My front squats, I've basically only been front squatting, and those have been moving well. So I have to remind myself that even if one training day doesn't go well, it doesn't negate the 7 or 8 week training block where things have been moving well. Because then I'll have a whole block during the summer to train and keep pushing towards those lifetime goals. I think I'm definitely in shape to do a 130 snatch and in shape for 160. Just have to execute all the lifts up to it in a way that doesn't fatigue me and gives me the confidence to keep moving up. But yeah, this day next week will be field day, so I'll probably get north of 20,000 steps So I will be trying to eat like a king on that day. Eat a lot, drink as much fluid as I can. I'll be doing in the work. I'll be putting in a lot of work next Friday. Better not rain either. I ain't trying to deal with rain on like I did last year. All right. So big confidence, just rip under it, fast elbows. We catch the balance, do everything we need to do, make it a good lift. Make it a perfect day. Not just no misses, but good feeling lifts. Oh, it felt really good. The drive was really good, slightly in front, but I've never done a jerk that wasn't in front. Clean felt good, caught the bounce well, elbows moved well underneath. It's just a really smooth lift. I couldn't ask for two better lifts today. I'm glad I didn't try to clean jerk yesterday. I'm glad I cut off a bad session. All right. I do a front squat. I really like this rack because it's heavy, but I don't like it because it's heavy. The uttermost confidence in its construction, but I don't like moving it. That was a really nice weightlifting session. So we're going to re-roll the reps and then do 70, 120, 150, 170. We'll do it beltless as well. And maybe we just pause all the reps. For as bad as I am at front squats, pause front squats usually feel pretty good. I don't know why. And I've never really trained them very hard, but anytime I go heavy on them, the weight I can do is pretty similar to what I can do in a regular front squat. Maybe that just means I'm bad at front squats, but just bounce out of the bottom feels comfortable in the pause. I guess it's probably because when I lose front squats or struggle at them, it's positional based, not really strength based. And I pop them up a little bit and we vibe it up. But how much feels nice to lift well after feeling like booty cheeks yesterday. Hey, we'll just do them all paused. Also, probably this has something to do with like my hip and leg mobility. Knee wraps are on, so we're ready for 120. Easy peasy. I really just want to go right to 170, but I know that's stupid. I've done it before, but it's not consistent. There's one thing I could benefit more is an extra rep in the front squat. Lord knows I need them. So 150 now. And my My Ooga Booga brain is like, oh, 175. Yeah, what? 180? But 170 is gonna be after this. I even thought about putting 155 on. Like, I'm fighting against my stupid brain. It wants to outlift everything that I need to do today. I don't need to lift the world today. Routine. One more time to redo the reps. I don't know if that one did, but on my channel, the Listen and Move warm-up song that I use for my PE classes, that one has like 250,000 views. So that one got me all the watch hours I needed because it's not monetized. So the artists, Greg and Steve, they get all the money for it, but all of the views and the watch hours, more importantly, count towards my monetization. Because like I was like inching closer, and then just randomly on a random Tuesday, I was just like way over the threshold, and it just took off. It always had a lot of views, but for whatever reason, it caught the algorithm for, I have no idea why. I haven't looked at it in a little bit. It might be close to 300 now, but I mean, I use it for class, which is why I put it on my channel. Yeah, I mean, it's my most listened to. So anytime I have like a song recap, or like you have the music rewrap and it like, here's all the songs you listen to. That one's always like the background song, because I've listened to it literally the most. Because I mean, on a typical day I have 8 classes, so I listen to it 8 times a day. Most days of the week, for most of the time of the year. Unfortunately, I can't tell. See, that's where it's like AI is stupid. Because, like, yeah, like, if you're just going purely off the math, like, I do listen to it a lot. But there's no way for me to tell it that, like, I'm not listening to it for fun. It's like the 80s music playlist I have, or Kids Bop. It's one of the reasons I'm glad I switched to playing, like, oldie, or, like, hits from the 80s and stuff. Is because that same thing would happen with the Kids Bop music, to where it, like, appear in like my recommended, and I'm like, I wish I could tell it like, don't ever recommend. Like, this algorithm is not for my leisure. This is not my leisure music I listen to. But yeah, the Listen to Move is always the background song. It's like, you listen to this many hours, you just played this song, and it's just, I can't ever change it. I think the only thing I could do is like have Spotify and then only play the Listen and Move on YouTube Music, but YouTube Music as an app works fine, and I get it with premium for free, because it's not free because you're paying for premium, but it's included in premium. So I like it, and you do get some songs that are like remixes, or like just songs that are not on Spotify, they're just on YouTube. Mostly it's like remixes of songs or edits and stuff. It's nice to be able to get those. So not everything's on Spotify. And I also don't think the Listen and Move songs on Spotify. So I literally would be wasting my time. having Spotify for that. But yeah, that one got me to be monetized, which really years ago I was monetized when I was in college because the threshold was like 100 subscribers and 1,000 views. It was they went from one extreme to where it was super low and super easy to get monetized to where it was, I don't say impossible. It was very difficult. Thousand subscribers and then 4,000 hours of watch time. So it went from views to watch hours, which is already a harder metric to achieve, especially for like my kind of content where it's lifting. I'm not, the 10-hour bar video is not the norm. Um, but so I did actually make money on this channel years ago, and then was like unmonetized, but it was just because they changed the threshold to make it impossible for a while. But shorts are what did it. I mean, that's the reason why I got all the subscribers I do, is when they introduced shorts. I just started putting my lifts on there. I actually really like the idea of shorts for my lifts, because then I didn't have to think about what lifts I wanted to post and like fill up my feed with a bunch of 15-second clips of random lifts I liked. I could just throw it all on shorts and it's just there in the feed. And then main feed is just training stuff, like the full sessions and whatnot. And then shorts have the highlights or the clips or whatever. And it worked well in the algorithm clearly, because I went from like 300 subscribers to like 1,000 pretty quick. And now I don't even know where I'm at, 4,000 or something. But yeah, they just keep popping up. And that was another side effect of the Greg and Steve song, is a lot of watch hours, a lot of views, and several hundred subscribers from it, which is funny because like I have that, and I have an April Fool's version of that I edited together. Those are the only two like PE songs that I have. It's something I would like to be able to make some versions, because there is in the song after Run, it has shuffle, which is fine, but I like to have kids do skip, and so you just tell them to skip when it says shuffle, but like I'd like it to actually say skip, and to like have a different version. But yeah, no, it's actually like a really useful thing to have, because it's a consistent measure throughout the year, and you see the kids doing the movement the whole year. And for adaptive phys ed, the adaptive phys ed teachers, they write their goals in the students' IEPs based on the fact that we do that movement, because then it's a consistent measurement that is always happening with it. And it covers like really important locomotor movements for that age group. It wouldn't be as appropriate for like older kids, but at the same time, like they wouldn't enjoy it either, because it's a little kid song. But little kids love it. Little kids eat that song up. Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria too. We're probably neighbors. I'm from Eastern Balkan in Nigeria. Alright. Let's do this pose. Poos. Do it poos. Good poos. Not super fast, but we did it. You're a thrower? You should go get some money then. All my money's going to me. Thank you, sir. If I had an extra $200, I'd invest it right now in Not give you a penny. Because I'm evil. I don't care if you're a boy, girl, or a Labrador Retriever. You don't need $200 from me. You ain't getting it. Actually, if you were a Labrador Retriever, I would actually consider it. But unfortunate for you, I guess. Unfortunate. A girl thrower, yeah, I'm sure you definitely are. Yeah, definitely with that profile picture, definitely a female. Yeah, that was all. That was the last lift, so a light session today. 110 snatch, 140 clean and jerk, and 170 front squat. So that is it for me. Yeah, it's just to get ready for heavy lifts tomorrow. Not really even a program necessarily. Just doing some moderate lifts to practice the technique, push myself a little bit, and to kind of wake up the body for tomorrow. Just the basics: creatine, multivitamin, vitamin D, whey protein. I don't take whey every day, just if I want to. But creatine, multivitamin, and vitamin D I take every day. I guess caffeine, if you call that a supplement, but I'm taking caffeine regardless of training or not. Be eating, drinking, mostly drinking, I guess, caffeine. I don't know if it really works if you eat it that much, but that's it for me. Deuces. Have a good one.